2 years, thousands of lives lost, billions spent, and the question remains, can Ukraine actually win? Some say yes, some say no, and some are just waiting for this war to stop tanking the economy. But let's be clear, winning a war isn't as simple as planting a flag and rolling the credits. This is a brutal contest of firepower, strategy, and who can last the longest without collapsing. So, let's break it down. What does winning even mean for Ukraine? What's standing in their way? And most importantly, why is this war still dragging on? Welcome to Talk Maniac, where we break down the world's biggest events without the sugarcoating. First things first, Ukraine isn't just fighting to take back land, it's fighting to survive. To win, Ukraine needs to push Russian forces out, secure its borders, and ensure Russia never invades again. Sounds simple, right? Wrong. Russia has built some of the most fortified battle zones in modern history. We're talking miles of trenches, tank traps, and landmines. It's like trying to invade Mordor without Gandalf. Here's the brutal truth. Russia has three major advantages: sheer numbers. Even after losing hundreds of thousands of troops, Russia still has millions more. Endless weapons Russian factories are cranking out tanks, missiles, and drones like a never-ending assembly line. Foreign backing Iran and North Korea are sending weapons faster than Amazon Prime. Meanwhile, Ukraine, 100% dependent on Western aid. And that's where things get tricky. Here's the harsh reality. If the West stops sending weapons, Ukraine loses. Period. Russia has more troops, more firepower, and a higher tolerance for casualties. Ukraine? It needs constant resupplies from NATO just to stay in the fight. And with elections coming up, some Western leaders are getting cold feet. The question isn't does Ukraine need more weapons? It's, will politicians keep paying for them? And that is a dangerous game. Alright, so what if Ukraine just keeps fighting? Can it still win in the long run? The answer, maybe. But it's going to be a brutal grind. Russia can't defend everything at once. If Ukraine keeps hitting supply lines, using drones and stretching Russian forces thin, they could force Russia to crack. But that takes time, and time isn't on Ukraine's side. Let's say Ukraine actually starts winning, taking back major cities, pushing deep into Russian-occupied areas. Would Putin just accept defeat? Here's the terrifying part. Putin has hinted multiple times that if Russia faces total defeat, he might escalate the war. Maybe even use nuclear weapons. If that happens, we're not just talking about Ukraine anymore, we're talking World War III. And no one, not even NATO, wants to test that theory. Alright, final verdict. Can Ukraine win? Yes, but only if three things happen. The West keeps sending weapons. Ukraine finds weak points and exploits them fast. Russia doesn't escalate to nuclear levels. But let's be clear, this war isn't ending anytime soon. Neither side can land a knockout punch, so they'll keep grinding each other down until one collapses, or peace is forced. The real question isn't can Ukraine win, it's how long can they keep fighting. And that is still up in the air. So, what do you think? Will Ukraine eventually win, or is this war going to drag on for years? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more hard-hitting deep dives into the world's biggest conflicts, like, share, and subscribe. You don't want to miss what's coming next on Talk Maniac.